come out and reflect about who she is and where she's coming from and what she might see moving forward with the season. So if you don't mind, I'd like to invite Coach Walsh.
Gorgeous setup up here. It's very nice to meet everyone. Thank you so much for being here. It's very cool to see faces from different parts of the community. We have local politicians, we have people that work in the community. We obviously have a group of our players, and then we have a big representation from our Worcester Smiles administration. It's very cool to see all you guys out here. Another thank you I want to extend. I'm still fairly new to the program, and I just want to thank Ray and the rest of the interview committee for having that trust in me. I'm a young coach. I'm pretty fresh out of college. I graduated from Vassar College in Poughkeepsie, New York, where I played for 4 years. I was a captain, pretty decorated player. Graduated from there last spring. Entering college, I was one of those people that grew up in a culture, and I think a lot of young players, especially young women, grow up in a culture where you want to put academics first, and you go to school and the goal is always academics, and soccer is more of a hobby. And when you graduate, coaching is seen more as a hobby, not so much as a career. So when I entered college, the focus obviously was on academics. And if you asked me as a freshman during my undergraduate if I would consider a career in coaching and a career in athletics, I would say no way. I would say maybe when I have kids, you'll see me in the rec leagues, you'll see me on the sideline of the youth games, but never coaching college, and especially coaching at the UWS level. So this is very, very cool. A little background about me though is I played for Vassar College, graduated with a degree in history and psychology. I found myself being drawn deeper and deeper into athletics the further I tried to pull away. I worked in athletic administration for a bit there. I worked for facilities. I was a club coach, and I knew playing at the Division III level that my career was probably going to end after college, and that's largely because I didn't have an opportunity like this presented to me. I saw the end of my collegiate career kind of being the end, so I knew straight away that I wanted to get into coaching education and try making those connections early on. So in college, took the right steps, asked the right questions, got a lot of certifications, worked at the club level as a goalkeeper coach, then eventually as a youth coach, and just through meeting the right people and, again, always asking the right questions and asking the bold questions, I was able to find a position on the Clark University women's soccer staff. I joined them this August. I started as an assistant coach and became the assistant coach and recruiting coordinator, so I take care of pretty much all of our recruiting and filtering our recruits to our head coach and doing a lot of traveling in that department. I also received a grant from the Women's Sports Foundation, which helps with my salary a little bit, and their whole mission aligns with my whole mission, which is keeping women in athletics, keeping women in coaching, keeping women just involved in sport and movement in general, which is super cool. But through them, I've gotten a lot of professional development opportunities, one of those being that I got certified in strength and conditioning. So that's a piece that I brought to other teams on Clark's campus, female teams. I do a lot of strength and conditioning programming. I also run fitness classes in the community, which has been super fun. It's helped me grow a ton as a coach. I'm so used to working with competitive, high-level college athletes that, to be working with people that have never stepped foot in a gym, or to be working with 50, 60-year-olds. It's made me check myself, and it's helped me grow a lot, so that's been really cool. And then I think the last piece is I've recently gotten involved with the local club, New England Football Club. They're a big club. They have a lot of different branches throughout Massachusetts. I work as a goalkeeper coach there, and they do some great programming and coaching education too. I think, I'm new to the area, and it's about the people and the connections I've made in different ways that, my knowledge of the game and my connections to the game have helped me really find my roots in the community. That's been cool, and it's been really fun for me, especially as someone who just moved. And, obviously when I heard about this opportunity and they wanted a female coach. I knew it's something that would be challenging, but something that I definitely wanted to take on. So I think for us, to just tell you a little bit more about our program, our mission, I think there's 3 parts. I think that first part is pretty clear and obvious, especially when you see what our players can do, and that's to play high-level competitive soccer and to give young women an opportunity to play and to know that when your college career ends in any sort of way, or if you didn't play in college, when your high school career ends, your journey isn't over, and there's a next step, and there's a place you can go. And I think there's a diversity of goals and a diversity of reasons people join our program. We have, really, really talented high school players that are going Division II, Division I, and they want to see what the competition is going to be like when they get there in the fall. We have a large number of really talented college players that, just want to get their touches and stay fit for the summer and come back into their fall season really sharp. And then we have a large group of women who they really form their identity around the game, and it's a piece of them that they didn't want to give up. And I think for them it's the most special because it's showing them, right, when you graduate from college, the journey's not over. You don't have to give up the game, and if you want to take soccer to that next level, we're giving them an avenue to do that. And we have had people come from our program and play internationally at the professional level. So and we've certainly had people in our conference, and tons of people in our league that have gone on and played in the NWSL even into their late 20s and 30s. So I think it's interesting seeing what everyone's goals and backgrounds are in that regard. The second piece, and a large reason why I was hired, is to empower young women. So the women's game is growing. It's often 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but it's growing. And I think what we're doing and what the UWS is doing is again, giving women that avenue to continue the game after college, and giving a larger group of women that route to professional soccer. And you're going to see the game expanding. Media coverage is expanding, leagues are expanding. This isn't something that existed 20, 30 years ago. I was even talking to my coach, just divisions in women's soccer back when she was playing. It was funny, she was telling me that Clark University used to play Boston College and Boston University. There wasn't divisions, it was small. The women's game was still super, super small. So to be part of that and to help the women's game grow, I'm really proud and really fortunate to take a leadership role in that regard. And I think the third piece, and the reason why everyone's here today, is that we're all about community engagement. Not just through the soccer piece, but just through the whole picture. I think you're going to see that our players are great role models for young women in the community, and I've seen through coaching and working with athletes, as young as 3 years old, all the way up to in late 20s, that moments matter, and all it takes is one game, bringing your kid to one game, and them having a positive experience, or them interacting with a player, and that could change the trajectory of what they want to do and what identity they want to have and what their goals are going to be. So I think, Ray does a great job. Other people on our administration do a great job getting involved with the community and trying to bring people out to games, but not just bringing them to us, but bringing what we do to them. And I think this season, as we go forward, I want to do more of that as a coach, is that we want to get them to games, but the first step is meeting them halfway, right? Going and working with local teams, going to Bravehearts games, posting up in the park and advertising who we are and what we do and what our mission is. So I think if anyone in the room or anyone else has new and creative ways that we can engage with the community, not just for marketing purposes, but to really help bring people in the community together through soccer and through what we do, that's going to be really, really special, and we're always open to new and creative ways to do that. So that's it from me. The last thing I'll say is no one does game day like we do. Even if you're not a soccer fan, please come out and support us. There's something for everyone. So it's going to be a really exciting season, and I'm excited to be leading this group. There's a lot of talent, a lot of potential, and some big things to come. So thank you.